As you know, we made a roster move. We make decisions that are always in the best interest of the team. We felt this was the appropriate time to do so, and that's why we did it. I thought we had a very good start to our week of preparation as we get ready to play another division game against a very, very good football team. Well, we expect everybody who works for the Dolphins, coaches for the Dolphins, plays for the Dolphins to represent the organization the right way, on and off the field. As I've said many times, it's a privilege for me to coach this team. It should be a privilege for our players to be members of this organization, and all of us have a responsibility to act accordingly. Any conversations I would have would be internal with him, but I'm concerned about what he does in this building, and this is, I don't mandate what people do outside the building. I enjoy my free time when I have free time, and expect him to be a professional just like I expect all the other guys. You take into consideration a wide variety of factors. Anytime you want to make a roster move, anytime you want to bring somebody into your locker room, you have to look at everything. Absolutely. But we'll see. I mean, we got him out here today and moved him around. We have to see how he picks things up, and take it from there, one day at a time. But, we haven't made any firm commitments in terms of what combination of guys. We're certainly not opposed to looking at any combination. The goal would be to get the 5 best guys who give us the best chance to win against the New England Patriots ready to play on Sunday at 1 o'clock. That's the whole thought process. We've studied his film. We studied him last year. We studied him this year. He's got good anchor. He's gets good movement at the point of attack. He plays hard, and I think he can potentially help us. We'll see. Again, I've had him. I've seen him for 2 hours, so we're just getting used to watching him and studying him, and we'll take a look at the tape and we'll see. Well, you look at his career. I want to say he's played 11 games at right tackle, 11 and a half, and he's played 10 and a half at left tackle. I think he's doing some good things. I think he's getting better and he's improving, and I think he's on a good course. You're always concerned. Anytime you move a player, there's always some concerns about it. But you have to take that into consideration if you, in fact, decide to move somebody. Tyson Claybo's out here practicing just like these other guys, getting ready to play New England. So we haven't made any decisions as to who's those 5 guys are going to be yet when we line up against New England. So he's at work just like the rest of the ball club, getting ready to play the Patriots. He's just like all the other 53 guys. You have to earn your keep. You have to earn your spot. There's nothing handed to anybody. He looked good. Again, I have to look at the tape a little bit closer to see how exactly he was moving. I was watching a lot of different pieces today, but he took all the reps that we had allocated to him, and he looked good. We'll see. I think you have to be around an athlete for a while to see how he moves and what's the best. I can't sit here and tell you I know the best weight for the guy right now. I don't. Well, watching their tape, they run a lot of the same plays that we do. I remember watching them last spring. They run a bunch of outside zone. They do run some gap schemes. He's been on the front side. He's been on the back side. Every team, and I shouldn't say every team, but most teams that I know run 6-man and 7-man protection schemes, very similar to the ones that we do. And so I think he has some familiarity with the things that we're going to ask him to do. Again, I think we take into all those things, the person, the medical history, the player on tape. That's all part of the evaluation process. No, I think we were aware of those situations. And again, he's now a member today of the Miami Dolphins, and he's got the same responsibilities that I have and our other players have. We send plays to the league all the time, and those guys are doing a great job. I think Dean Blandino and his staff are doing a very, very good job, and we do that all the time. We send 6 clips, 8 clips, 10 clips a week. I'm not going to get into what we turn into the NFL. We turn in plays on a routine basis to the league. They do a great job responding, and that's really what I'll say on that matter. Well, all the time, Chris, every single week we're concerned about matchups, obviously, and so based on what coverage concept we are in, whether it be a man or a zone or what formations we anticipate or personnel groups, we're not opposed to moving players around to different sides if we feel that's the best way to do it. We've done it before, and doesn't mean we'll do it every week, but we might. Well, I thought he had a gradual return. He played about 30 snaps, and he had a couple things maybe technically that's not surprisingly a hair rusty, but we thought his play speed was good, his communication was good, and thought it for his first time, like you said, since I believe September 8th that he's played in the game, positive start. Well, I think a little bit Omar's based on the individual that you're dealing with and how quickly he can retain, and sometimes there's carryover. One thing that with any new player that you have to get through is the language barrier in football. I don't know that the schemes are that much different, but the process of information from the entry of the play and the quarterback calling it, what does that mean to me? Oh, that's kind of like what that used to be, and so that takes, every guy's different. Some guys can sometimes in this league you're forced to play guys that are there for 2 days. I mean, I think Dimitri Patterson, if I'm not mistaken, played against Buffalo last year maybe and showed up here in the middle of practice one day, I mean, on Wednesday, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So it all depends on the player. We vary our cadence at times. Sometimes we don't. Sometimes we do. It's all based on what we think is the best interest in moving the football. So I'm not overly concerned about that.